Friends, 253 days of war. The Russian interdiction and short-term oblique long-term strategic bombing is continuing in entire length and breadth of Ukraine, which includes infrastructure as well as military targets, their command posts. ISW has said that a Russian Federation army is likely to get new ballistic missiles and drones, and which would cause greater damage to Ukrainians' infrastructure. In north, the Ukrainians are continuing their small offensive on various axes, depending on the situation, but basically on Kreminaya Swartovo axis and on Turn Tortsky, where the Russians have reoccupied this line along the river and sitting pretty on this. Otherwise, northern front is silent by and large for last few days, and so is in south, except Nikolaev Krivoye axis. The shelling is on from both the sides using artillery. However, they note territorial gains for either side. In southeast, that is Ugledar, the Russians are continuing pressure and moving forward, though at a very slow pace. In south, the Russians are continuing their pressure on Donetsk and even on Ugledar and surrounding regions, like moving closer to Pavlovka from Novomikhailovsky. And aim is to continue pressure on Ugledar till they take it over. Bakhmut, not much in news since last few days. Nonetheless, it is not forgotten. As far as Ukrainians are concerned, they are holding Bakhmut desperately despite heavy attack on Ukrainian troops from Russian shelling, both through missiles as well as artillery, and of course the Wagner PMC offensive from east, northeast and southeast as well. Their sacrifices for whatever reasons is admirable here. This is the general conditions on ground as of now as far as Russian-Ukrainian war continues. However, something is seething within. The volcano is likely to erupt very soon in south by the Ukrainians, for which Russians also prepared, in north and east by the Russians, for which Ukrainians seems to be equally equipped and determined. But as winter is approaching, it gives some indications that it is going to be favorable for the Russians. What is Pentagon thinking is not known. Thank you, friends.